Hi guys and welcome back to Car Focus. Now this is take two because I've literally just been stung by a wasp. And I had a bit of a thing for the Mark III Fiesta in particular, and I've just been stung by a wasp. So if my hand starts to balloon up, don't worry about it, I'll survive. Anyway, today we're not filming with the Focus RS, we're actually filming with another RS, and it's quite a special one. We're going to be rewinding back in time, now back to arguably one of the best decades there has ever been, well I think so anyway, and that is the 1990s. Now, bit of a backstory to this car and why I like it so much. Back in 2003, I passed my test and my first car was a Mark III Fiesta, a 1 litre L. That was all I could afford to insure and run at the time. But the car I really wanted was obviously the Mark III RS Turbo, the Fiesta. Now, I grew up around fast forwards. My mum had a couple of XR2Is, we had Cosworths and that kind of thing. But at that age, the Fiesta RS Turbo was the car that I wanted. And a year later, in 2004, I finally got a credit card and I maxed it out and I bought my first Fiesta RS Turbo, Mercury Grey, had it for a year, absolutely loved it. Unfortunately I lost my job so I had to sell it, and that was 16 years ago, and that was the last time I've properly looked around the Fiesta RS Turbo. It's definitely the last time I've sat in one, and most certainly the last time I've driven one. So that brings us here today. So we are at Platinum Paintworks in Kimbolton, and they have got this beautifully restored, well it's a usable car as well, it's used regularly, Moondust Silver Fiesta RS Turbo. Now we've got Tyler here
Hello.
in the background who's going to talk us around this car in a minute. Him and his dad who run this place, they've built this thing from the ground up. It's basically had a nut and bolt restoration, full respray, and it's looking mint, I'm not going to lie. But these cars in particular, the Silver, the Moondust Silver, it's on a K plate. So it's one of the last ones to come off the production line. I think, was it about 52 of these?
Yeah, about 50 of them left.
About 50 of them were made, and how many left now at the minute?
About 15, 16,
about 15.
something like that. So yeah, one of them.
So very, very rare car. So Tyler, you're going to talk us around this little beauty.
I suppose so.
I can't wait to get it and have a drive, because we are going to take it out as well. So yeah, just start from the beginning, mate, like how you ended up with the car, what you've done to it, and where we're at now, basically.
So when we started up the business here sort of thing, we sort of wanted something we could do on the side if we weren't sort of busy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This came up for sale. This was probably about 7 years ago. It wasn't a great deal of money. It seemed ideal. The guy had started doing a bit of a restoration on it, but sort of lost the love and wanted a shot of it. And It was like, oh, we'll go for it, and when we're quiet, we'll build it up and finish it.
Yeah.
Well, it sat in the workshop for about 5-6 years, and it was only over the lockdown period that we actually was like, right, well, I think we painted it over Christmas time, then of course lockdown hit, stuff like that, and it was like, right, that's it, we'll throw a load of time into it and get it done.
Perfect opportunity.
And yeah, so that was sort of throughout last year, sort of got it done, sort of had some fueling issues and stuff, but Greg next door put an ECU, master ECU on it, and so sort of standalone, full wiring loom and stuff for it, so we can sort of see some gains down the line if we want. But yeah, just getting used to the car now.
It does look beautiful, mate. So I know these cars, obviously, people that are familiar with these RS Turbos, they know how much they rot. I know when you take the skirts off and the bumpers, there can be horror stories lurking beneath. So what was this like before you guys? In
a very bad way.
Very bad way.
I mean, like most would have chucked it in the bin, really.
Yeah.
But again, because it was a silver car, it was one of the last 50. It was worth saving for that reason alone.
Definitely.
So yeah, like I say, and because we could do it in our sort of spare time. Not that we have a lot these days, but yeah, it was worth saving, we feel. So
it does look lovely, mate. So you've pretty much everything has been refreshed, hasn't it? Underneath the car, well.
Yeah, we've tried not to go too mad. Everything's been powder coated. All the floor pan's been painted up and stuff. Sort of any issue areas have been taken care of.
Yeah.
We didn't go sort of down the road of plating everything because, again, it was a car we wanted to use. If it rained, you didn't want to have to worry about it too much. We've got other stuff that we worry about and won't use in the rain.
Yeah.
So this was our usable car.
So it makes sense, because I know if you get it too mint, you do become afraid to use it, don't you? And that's
exactly.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
So this is something you still get out and about in.
Yeah. I'm not going to say we cut corners with it because we didn't. But I mean, it's fully polybushed as well and stuff like that. So it should should drive well.
Yeah.
It drives reasonable.
I can't wait to get in it, mate. It's going to bring back so many memories. You guys have actually got another one of these, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, we have got a black one that's unrestored, but yeah, obviously we can cover that another time if you want.
Yeah, so I mean, the fact you've got two of them is just awesome.
Certainly helped build this one because obviously it was all in bits when we picked it up, so obviously we could, yeah.
Can we have a quick look under the bonnet? Oh wow, it's tidy under there as well, mate.
It's all right.
Very tidy. Because these battery trays used to rot out as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
I take it that had gone.
This one wasn't, I can't quite remember. Like I say, it was the chassis legs and bits like that were quite issue-y on the front for sure.
Yeah. These little I think these are quite a good looking engine.
It looks pretty, you know, with the airbox and stuff all dressed up.
Yeah. Because you can see everything as well, can't you? Nowadays it's just an engine cover and everything's obscured. But
you know, with all the EFI sort of, you know, because that was a big thing.
Well, people used to like colour these.
Fill it in, yeah.
The EFI and the turbo bit there. But yeah, so what's this running power-wise?
It's running pretty much standard, to be honest. It's, like I say, because the engine was a bit of an unknown, it was something that we wanted to use, put some miles on, get used to it, trust it, and then sort of push it a little bit further because of the ECU. We can now.
So there's scope for potential tuning.
Yeah, that's it. You know, it was, like I say, get used to it, enjoy it, get a little bit bored of the power, I suppose, and push it a little bit further down the line.
Yeah.
So.
But we were saying earlier, this isn't the kind of car that you're out, it's not about outright power, is it? It's
No.
just about enjoying the experience of the drive. And
it's the nostalgia, you know, I can drive along dual carriage road and about sort of 50 mile an hour. People are coming past and they're rubbernecking sort of thing as they're coming past. And that's, you know, that puts a smile on your face alone, really.
Guys, the chances of you seeing one of these cars in this colour on the road is slim to none. Like, it's probably not going to happen. Maybe on like National Day you'll see cars driving about, but yeah, super rare. So this got about 133 brake horsepower, I think. By today's standards, that's nothing, is it?
No, yeah.
But back then, in a car this small,
it's the weight of it, really, isn't it?
I don't know how much these weigh. It's got to be under a ton, isn't it?
It's got to be about that kind of figure.
Yeah. So they did go quite well. Mine was about 160 brake, and that was quick enough for me. But yeah, it's tidy, mate. It's really nice. Like, it's bringing back some memories.
It's reasonable.
Yeah. Even the jack, you've got the. Did you source that new?
No, that's all been refurbished, new stickers, painted it up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's funny, they used to be here. I remember I used to jacking mine up all the time, like taking the wheels off and messing around.
Yeah, it's funny. We had to jack this up to sort the exhaust out when we were out on the road once, and I was following in mine. And it was like, we'd never use that jack, so we'll scratch it up sort of thing. It was quick, get the one out of mine and whiz it up. But
well, yeah, as soon as the seals were compromised, you'd get that on there and start lifting it and just go poke a hole through the bloody seal, wouldn't it? But yeah, also exhaust. What exhaust?
Magnex. Stainless system. I think it's got the elbow, and then from there it's stainless.
Old school. And suspension, because it's not standard height, it's obviously a bit lower than standard.
Gas coilovers. We could have gone down the road of something a bit OEM sort of style, but for the money you'd spend on that anyway, it was like, oh, if we go with the coilovers, we can play with the ride height a little bit and sort of make it, you know, ride a little bit firmer. I
think these really suit being dropped as well slightly, especially with the arch kit and stuff. It just, I don't know, it just brings the car together. But no, I think what you've done with it is it's fantastic, to be honest, because it, like you say, it still retains all that OEM kind of styling.
I mean, with the black one we've got, because that's standard ride height, you look at that compared to this, and you favour this because it just looks more right as well.
Plus, I'm guessing on the road as well, the coilovers are going to make a bit of a difference.
Yeah, you know,
body roll
stiffens it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think the next thing for it, guys, is to actually get inside and go for a drive. It's something I'm really looking forward to, even just like the smell of it in there. And I've not sat in it yet, so when you see me sitting inside it, it's going to be the first time in 16 years. So yeah, super stoked to be having a drive. So if you're happy to let me get behind the wheel with your supervision.
Yeah, let's go for it.
We'll get on with it, yeah. So we'll see you inside the car.
I don't think I've actually even sat in the passenger seat.
Here we go, first time back in the Fiesta RS Turbo. Whew. I tell you what, mate, I know I said it a minute ago, but the smell of it, like...
I've got used to it. I just assume it's the norm.
Look how close we are together
I know! And like even the roof line's really low.
It's so tiny, isn't it? It's amazing how much cars have grown these days. Wow. This is amazing, mate. Like, it's literally been 16 years since I've sat in one of these. But I had like 7 Mark III Fiestas as well. So
really?
Yeah, I've had 7 of them. So the
But one turbo.
One turbo. I've had a couple of SIs, XR2i, which was a donor car.
Yep.
Because I've got the engine in the SI.
As you do.
Right, let's make a move.
It's standard clutch, obviously. So
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Wow, man! Even now, everything just feels so basic, doesn't it? The steering, you turn it a lock and nothing happens, doesn't it?
No. It's making you work for it.
Well, obviously we've got to warm it up a bit. Oh my god! So there's no power steering in this, guys. I haven't driven a car without power steering for I don't even know, mate. A long time.
Need arms like Popeye, don't you?
Yeah. It's not actually too. And the brakes as well.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Is it standard brakes?
It's got EBC, I think it was green stuff pads. Again, it was something we'd just got kicking around, didn't like the spares that came with that black one.
Yeah.
We'd got all new pads, discs, like rear drums and stuff like that, and it was like, oh, we'll just use those sort of thing. But
Wow.
could maybe do with a rebleed, I think. But
I suppose you've got time to just
that's it. It's
tweak stuff like that.
tinker
Yeah.
away. Could do with an oil change and stuff very soon because it's just sort of running and stuff like that.
It's just amazing how I don't know, basic it feels.
No air conditioning or anything like that.
The steering's hilarious because you've got this play in the wheel, but it doesn't really translate this initial play.
Yeah.
But not much happens on the.
It's like going forwards and back, isn't it? Before
Yeah.
it starts turning.
Wow. It's just how small it is, mate. They're just tiny.
Yeah, imagine being 4.5 up in it even.
Well, back in the day they would, wouldn't they?
Yeah. All your mates would be in the back of it, and
I remember we went to because they used to have a Fiesta in the Park show at Wicksteed Park.
yeah, they still do it, don't they?
Is it at Brampton now, Wood Green or something?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. But I took my turbo there and I had my mate in the front and my wife and her friend in the back.
Yeah.
And it was already lowered, so that
It was
thing
on its arse.
must have been on the bump stops, but yeah, bloody hell. So I don't obviously want to thrash this car,
Yeah,
but when it's warmed up, if you're happy
Yeah.
for me just to boost it up a little bit.
No, it's fine. Like I say, it's been, if it's going to break on me, it could break on you, it could break on anyone, sort of thing. So, no different to me driving it.
Yeah. I mean, these cars back in the day, these things were so sort of played around with, weren't they?
Chipped and
Modified, yeah, just had the arses modded out of them, basically. It is nice to drive one that's this close to standard. But I think driving a completely standard one now would be quite underwhelming, wouldn't it? Especially with the suspension and that.
Yeah, it's so easy to make them just a little bit better.
Yeah, you've definitely got to add a few little touches.
Not go too mad, but yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice little. I could just imagine myself cruising on
Pottering around. Like I say, you don't need to go blindingly fast in it to have a good time,
And it's the kind of car, a bit like the Renault 5 GT Turbo, in that when you stop for fuel, there's always a bloke.
People want to.
I used to have one of these back in the day, you know what I mean?
But the worst bit, they'll go, oh, I used to have an XR2i as well. No, mate, this is better than that.
No, it's not an XR2i, mate. Don't insult me. Because the XR2i wasn't a great car, was it? The original 1.6.
Yeah, a bit underwhelming, really.
I think it was a bit better when they changed it for a Z-Tech, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Put the 1.8 Z-Tech in
That's
there.
it.
Right, so if I drop it into third,
Yeah.
I'm not going to hoon the arse off it because I want to respect, obviously. Give it a little boot. It's got a dump valve on it.
It hasn't. It's all just standard as it should be.
Oh dear. It's funny, mate. It's funny.
It's funny. You can pick up like a little bit of a flutter out the air filter and stuff, but like I say, because it's standard airbox, it's trying to muffle it as much as it can.
God, it does feel slow now, though, doesn't it? It does.
Yeah.
Obviously, coming out of the Mark II RS.
I said I hoped it didn't underwhelm your experience.
I'm not underwhelmed because I think just the memories and stuff that I've got from these cars, it just makes me happy anyway.
Yeah.
But how far do you normally go up to, rev?
I think the rev limit's just over about 6,000. So
It does. But you shift along after 4,000, doesn't it?
Like I say, but you've got to be sort of up. You've got to use the rev range really. But you drive, you feel slightly bad. You're like, should I be driving it this hard?
Yeah, I know.
But
I do.
It's designed to be there.
You feel guilty for the car, don't you?
That's it.
But it almost doesn't feel. I know these have got a smaller turbo than the Escorts.
Yeah,
they?
T2.
So the Escorts were a bit laggier, weren't they?
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't feel like, oh bloody hell.
Like I say, you got to make it do it.
Really
Tell it where you want it to go.
It doesn't really feel like an old school turbo car. I don't know.
I think it's just because of the new ECU and stuff. It's a bit more progressive.
Yeah.
Whereas before it would like wham.
That's it.
All of it at once, sort of thing.
It's hilarious turning this thing. Yeah, I had memories of it. Yeah, just being like nothing, and boost.
Bang. Yeah. But like I say, because this has been set up and stuff now, it's very progressive, so it should be a bit easier on the engine as well. Really.
It is smooth. Oh, is that the exhaust?
Yeah, that's it. Like I say, and if you just lift the revs up a little bit, it takes off that noise. But
yeah, so the Magnex exhaust they've got on, it's just knocking a little bit. I think you're gonna have it
realigned. It's actually later today, so
that'll be sorted today, hopefully.
Again, we could have a full. Ideally, it could have a full custom one done and get it done to suit. But like I said, the Magnex one is sort of period. You know, it's that kind of thing, isn't it?
It's not too loud either, is it?
No, it's nice.
I mean, I had the turbo back Scorpion.
Yeah.
You know, the outwardly rolled.
Yeah.
With a Scorpion emblem on the tip.
Yeah.
That thing, that sounded lovely. Like you could hear the turbo spool through it, and I can't remember what it was like in the car, but yeah, mine was about 166 brake. I had it dynoed. I think it had an uprated actuator.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything.
It'll be adjustable and stuff like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So it's pushing. What do these run standard PSI?
I don't know, to be honest. I'd have thought 8 PSI, maybe a bit.
Because I'm pretty sure mine was running 12 PSI. But it did go well. It kept up with the 2 litre Novas back in the day.
Yeah.
Not a 2 litre turbo Nova, but
yeah.
So yeah, you've got to just wait for it to get going, haven't you?
It comes.
It's funny because I bet this is probably, like a 318D or something.
Would sit with it, or even certainly make you look silly. But like I say, we'll get used to it for a little while, and like I say, it seems to be running really well. Then we'll chuck some new injectors in and stuff, and sort of push it a little bit further. Sort of utilise the standalone with it, really.
No, there's no point in just going mental straight away and then just running into loads of problems, is there? Just gradually.
You know, obviously we can fault find it and data log it and stuff with the ECU, so.
Yeah, and they're next door to ECU.
That's it,
So, but yeah, I take it you're going to keep this long term now. You're going to.
Yeah, you know, it's a thing that me and Dad have put together. It's a usable car.
Yeah, I like the story you've got with it though. That you've bought the car together, you've built it together.
Yeah.
And now obviously your dad's got he's got a Mark III RS, his dad, a Red Edition. So it's kind of like a father and son little RS kind of.
He's trying to get me a bit more into the Ford scene slowly, and he's slowly getting there.
Because you're a Japanese, Toyotas, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got, what's your car? You got a Starlet?
It's a Toyota Starlet Galanza V. So.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get on the channel one day, but that's all about this.
I was going to say they might not be interested because it's not Ford.
But no, just like, I don't know. I know the car feels underwhelming compared to modern cars, but just the kind of, I don't know, it just makes you smile, doesn't it? Like, I'm just driving around slowly, but I can't take the smile off my face.
Like I say, it's everyone that rubbernecks you looking as they drive past.
Yeah,
this is worth it.
You've got nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove. You
know it's not going to be fast because it's, it's old.
You get somebody in a little Fiesta ST up your arse, what's the point? Like, just,
Yeah, well, you've got a 2 litre turbo, 1.0, whatever they are, and.
But no, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. If you do ever want to sell it, then I'm only down the road.
We'll bear it in mind.
Yeah, I'll take it. You've got 2 anyway. It's a bit greedy having 2 in it.
Well, it's 1 each at the minute for us, so.
Yeah, you should definitely do. Did you take the black one out at all? Or?
Yeah, the black one comes out, like I say. We went to a show recently over at Toaster, both side by side sort of thing. So I was in this and Dad was in that.
Nice. So to summarise, guys, if you're thinking about going back in time and buying a car that you used to own, you probably will be underwhelmed in how it drives and performs, because it's only natural. Like, cars have come on so much from then and now, but I don't think you'll be disappointed, because it will like rekindle those old memories, and like I say, things about the way they smell, just the way they feel, and when you get used to the steering and stuff, like, it's a nice car to drive.
It's fine. Like, you get used to it. Like I say, without the power steering, it's only when you're doing tight turns and stuff that you really notice it.
And the brakes when you
really lean on it.
It's the steering, mate. It takes some getting used to, but yeah. So half an hour or so, it'll be all
It's
right.
that sting taking your power out of your arm.
Yeah, and the wasp sting that I've been. I don't know if you can see it. My hand's ballooning up, but we're soldering on it anyway. But no, Tyler, mate, I really appreciate.
No, it's not a problem.
Letting me have a drive. It's been special. It's been special, and it's kind of made me want to get into more cars like this for the channel. So if you guys want to see more reviews like this with, you know, cars that are older and have had a bit of work put into them, then let me know, because I'm more than happy to try and find some cars. And I think you've got a couple of clients, haven't you, that maybe...
Yeah, we've got like I said, we've got a few more cars as well, and certainly some friends and stuff that should have some interest in. Well, I see it as interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see anyway. But guys, as always, thanks for watching. Please give us feedback in the comments and like and subscribe. And until the next video from me and Tyler, cheers mate, take care, and I'll see you soon.